Beware the machine feeders. It's a grim title, but it's a good point. I'm just going through my self-help journal here. Do you have one of these? Just a notebook. It's nothing special. It's just a notebook that I just write down thoughts in and then sometimes come back and look at them again. In this case, I've scrolled back a few pages just to see what life was like in March. And yeah, I just found something that I'd forgotten about. And it's really, really good. So I thought I'd share it. Not sure where I got it from. But but beware the machine feeders. It's a grim title. And it begins, all I've got written here is, as a result of wanting to do something unique, it will take a hell of a lot longer than those who feed the machine. Which is, it might be pertinent to you, might not. You might want to feed the machine. I see people out there, they're quite happy feeding the machine, and, you know, you do get a certain kind of success. By feeding the machine, I mean like doing the algorithmical things. You know, Instagram, TikTok, doing the trending things, or, you know, attempting to do something else, which is pretty cool, actually. Like, lots of artists do their own thing on there within the confines of the algorithm. And they're quite happy doing that. You get a certain amount of success, as I said, so I wish you all well. As soon as I figure out something that feels kind of natural, I will do it too. But yeah, it goes on. The acts that went down the mainstream route are propped up. I don't know who actually gave me this point. I must have been watching something. Someone was pretty fired up because it does get a little bit mean. This might be a little bit mean. The acts that went down the mainstream route are propped up. Their success is an illusion. Many middlemen, giving the machine exactly what it wants, and they all suck. It's just familiar. Now that is interesting. There was a time, and it might have been months ago, years ago, or centuries ago. Who knows? There was a time when artists would, you know, make things that would bring the audience up. Like, it would make the audience think higher about life. You'd stand in front of a painting and be like, oh, maybe there's a God, maybe not. Like, you know, you'd have these kind of like real blown out thoughts. Like, that's over now. That's actually completely flipped. Like, artists are coming to the consumer for some reason. Like, artists are now, you know, if you want to have success, if you're chasing success, you have to go down to the audience. So that's just a fact of life that I've just thought of just now. So they all suck. It's just familiar. Not all of them suck. Most of them do. Every now and then, you know, the machine feeders, they'll, you know, have a success. I mean, even Napalm Records has Ginger. The rest of their roster is, you know, a lot of top hats, a lot of pirate costumes, a lot of... The acceptable bandwidth propped up is lame when you can see outside of it. Now that I agree with. Pretty much all my favorite stuff these days is not necessarily like, you know, super popular. And that's not because I'm just like a massive cynic. Yeah, well, that might be like, there might be a percentage of that that's not true. But a lot of the stuff I like is just bands and artists that are just doing their thing and just growing, and I've stumbled across them as opposed to like just being on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok all day and they're just like fed to me. Like, these people are feeding the machine, and then they feed the algorithm. And it goes on. Doing something unique is a lot harder than feeding the machine. Machine feeders think they're unique and working hard, but they're given endless write-ups and shopped around. Now that kind of only is pertinent to artists that are signed, and you know, you see them once you know how the sausage is made, you can see it. You know, like all those Taylor Swift interviews, they're all scripted. Like, it's all fabricated. There's some people that are like handed the thing and be like, we're going to strap a rocket to you. It's like, it's a WWE model. Like, I don't know, like if you've avoided watching wrestling your whole life, that you are probably confused about the world. I'm not. I grew up watching wrestling, and I watched pretty much every other mode of entertainment. Realize that one is the most effective. Even like the news, the mainstream news, you know, wrestling. Go watch a TED talk about it. That's not what I'm here to do. But yeah, the ones that are handed, you know, the chosen ones that are handed the thing. I used to get real mad about it because I desperately wanted to be one of them. I desperately wanted to be the you know, the token rock band at the Arias, the ones that, you know, hanging out with the hot girls and, you know, drinking, having a good time. Desperately wanted to be one of those. And then I realized that, I don't know, at some point that was, you know, wasn't a good goal to have. But yeah, you know, that's more pertinent to them that they're given these endless things. But I can see how at a lower level, the bands that are doing the trending shit have more of a following than the bands that don't. They might, you know, mistake that engagement for talent. That's pretty easy to figure out. It goes on. Again, this dude was figured up. You know who? Now that I'm reading this, I realize who it was. It was Jordan Shanks. Self-help dude that I subscribe to on Patreon. And it's not very expensive, and it does exactly what he promises it will do, which is nice. So yeah, he had to build every single follower. So you know, you apply this to someone going the long way, the right way, the wrong way, we don't know, going the long way. You have to build every single follower from scratch, and yeah, this is pertinent to me. Like, I've had to put on many hats to keep moving forward. Like, I had to figure out how to even do this. Like, at some point in history, I was on YouTube going, how do I get my audio into OBS, which is the software that I use? How do I, lighting tips or all of that stuff. And I used to do the green screen on Twitch, like back in, like I had a really good time doing Twitch. If anyone remembers that, I had a pretty ripping little channel going for a few heartbeats there back in the in 2016, 2017. But yeah, like you have to put on all these hats. You learn all these different skills, which skills I wouldn't have learned if I had just been handed my ARIA invitation saying, hey, you're our token, we need some bad boys on camera, go like, be a little, be obnoxious. Which is a role I would have taken on quite, and all I gotta do is act naturally. But yeah, I do believe I have a high capacity for the craft of making music because I've had to figure it out on my own. Never really had any hits. I've had genuine connections with people back when I played with Tabara. And, those songs really like genuinely connected with people. I had, many people come up to me saying my music got them through hard times and still do. And that's nice. That is nice. So I know I'm onto something, and if I just get really good at that, I know I'll get all the success that I deserve, which is all you should really ask for. But yeah, down the bottom here, the closing line is, it's a funny one, machine feeders are just a flavored chewing gum. Now that's not a hard analogy / metaphor to digest. You put it in, you chew it, the flavor runs out, you spit it out. Well, I can't think of anything good to say that Deity is that will close this video off nicely. So, I'm getting better at this. Still not great. We can all agree on that. But thanks for watching. Another blogcast. Got these up at my website. Got some stuff hidden behind the paywall there. Not raunchy. Not yet. I might get my feet out if things don't pick up soon. But things are going well. I got a new CD for sale. We've just finished up the pre-order, but obviously I didn't, sell them all, so you can still order one. www.FIERCEDEItyMetal.com. Check out my live video game streams here on YouTube. What else have I got to plug? Go to my Bandcamp. I'm on there. I love Bandcamp. Get around it. And yeah, good luck out there with your own art or whatever it is that made the algorithm draw you to this video. God help you. I wish you well.